Bout Time with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my Bout Time Boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you to every single one of y'all who has subscribed to the channel, who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, and leave the comments. If you have not already subscribed to the channel and you're watching this or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Encourage others to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with Rashawn's Bout Time Boxing. Follow Rebel Life Boxing and my guy Mark Nash, Hustler's Home, and shout out to New Media and everybody doing their thing. All right, so it appears that October 30th, Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez are going to fight in the Unification WBO WBC super featherweight or junior lightweight, super featherweight, junior lightweight, same category. But now it's a few things, because I know all the Shakur Stevenson haters that's been on my channel leaving me these stupid ass dumb comments and talking about how Shakur Stevenson is not good and he's not this and he's not that. Okay, for one, Shakur Stevenson is probably matter of fact, he is one of the most gifted athletes in the sport of boxing today, whether y'all want to admit it or not. Now, it's a few things with this fight with him and Oscar Valdez. It's a few things with this fight with him and Oscar Valdez. Now, we know that Oscar Valdez got caught for using performance for PEDs, and they still cleared him and allowed him to fight in his last fight. So I don't care what nobody say. When he fought Miguel Berchelt, he was on PEDs too. And I know a lot of y'all gonna talk about, oh, here you go talking about the PEDs. You just mad he gonna beat your boy. Listen, on or off the PEDs, Shakur Stevenson is gonna whoop his ass. Period. I don't care how y'all cut it, slice it, dice it, however y'all want to put it. Shakur Stevenson is gonna bust his ass. Okay? Now, already there were people on Twitter, on my Twitter, saying, said Rashawn, they said fight might not take place because Valdez might fail the drug test. And we know that fentanyl was found in his system. What does fentanyl does? It's a central nervous system stimulant. It accelerates your heart and makes it easier for you to breathe. And if you look at that fight when he fought Miguel Berchelt, halfway through the fight, he pretty much punched himself out. He looked like he was just like punched himself out, because he started doing a lot of grabbing and holding. Berchelt, weak defense, can't fight backing up, slow with his punches, trying to touch and pitter patter, that type, he doing that kind of stuff. And this guy was loading up from bell one. And I'm giving y'all, and so those who understand what I'm saying, y'all see it. From the first round, Oscar Valdez was loading up on Berchelt, telegraphing all his shots, loading up. And even at the midway through the fight, or a little more than midway through the fight, when Berchelt started stepping to him and he started backing up and couldn't fight backing up, and all that, every time he went back to the corner, nobody noticed how he just was calm and relaxed. And don't tell me that, it's his conditioning is better than every other fighter in boxing. It don't matter. And then, because it was a lot of times in the fight when Berchelt was stepping to him, and he wasn't doing nothing, just grabbing and holding, and then he trying to punch. When it's, he back up, and anybody know, if you ever boxed and been in that ring, and somebody step into, see, it's one thing when you hitting that bag, but then when you got another body on you, it's a different situation. Oh, it's gonna make you breathe. And even when you look at between the rounds, look at how there was no suffering. You didn't see him, none of that. He looked like he was just calm, cool, and relaxed. So if you're asking me, yes, he was on PEDs in that fight. And if anybody know anything about performance enhancing drugs or about the whole Balco thing, Victor Conte, and if y'all know who Victor Conte is, he was the man when it came to performance enhancing drugs. And I'm going to read a statement from Victor Conte, and I quote, he said, "Most in boxing fail to realize that speed and power gains made training on PEDs can carry over for many months. If testing starts on a known date, then a boxer could use for 6 months, then taper off, and still test clean for an 8-week camp. Still huge benefit to the fighter on fight night." So did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Victor Conte, okay, who he run the snack program now. That all of the fighters you see him wearing the snack on their shirt and stuff. But at one point he went to jail and everything. He was the one that doped up Shane Mosley when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. And he doped up a lot of other athletes. He had the whole Balco thing. Okay? So there's nobody that probably know more about performance enhancing drugs and the effects on the body than Victor Conte. Okay? I'm going to read it again. He said most in boxing fail to realize that speed and power gains made training on PEDs can carry over for many months. He said, if testing starts on a known date, then a boxer could use for 6 months, then taper off, and still test clean for an 8-week camp. Still huge benefits on fight night for the fighter. So Valdez can juice in the beginning of the camp and then stop juicing at a certain point. And then when they start doing the blood testing, because it's usually, 4 weeks, sometimes 6 weeks before the fight, they start, doing the drug testing. And now you got to remember, when Valdez got caught the first time, right? His team said that, it must have gotten the system from this tea that he liked to drink, or this tea that he drinks. Victor Conte said phenamine is not in no kind of teas or nothing like that. He said, in fact, phenamine, okay, can only be given by prescription only. Somebody has to prescribe it for you. It's not in no teas. Because they say Valdez liked to drink tea. Oh, it must have been in the tea that he liked to drink. And Victor Conte said that's a lie. He said that is a lie. Phenamine has to be given by prescription only. And if anybody would know, he would know. So now you got to, people who's giving Valdez all his credit, and what? Oscar Valdez is 31 years old. He's 21 when he turned pro. The biggest name on his resume today is not Jose Ramirez, but Miguel Burchett. That's the biggest name. You can maybe put Jose Ramirez, probably put him down there. But when he won the vacant the WBO featherweight title, same title that Shakur Stevenson won, and it was vacant. When he won the WBO featherweight title from Matias Rueda, it was another great thing in boxing. But when Shakur Stevenson beat Joet Gonzalez, for that same belt. Everybody criticized him and saying, oh, well, he still didn't prove nothing. But Valdez was on his way to greatness. I mean, come on, where's the balance at? There's no balance there. Yeah, Shakur Stevenson is 17-0 with only 9 knockouts. Yep. But he's gifted, he's special, and he's way much more skilled than Miguel Berchelt and Oscar Valdez. And again, if you look at the fight when he fought Berchelt, you think that he gonna be able to do that to Shakur Stevenson? Y'all must don't realize how skilled and how gifted this kid really is. Y'all must don't get it. Shakur is going to walk this guy down. I'm telling y'all. And there was a lot of people that's talking about, oh man, and after Valdez beat Berchelt, it was all these people talking about, oh yeah, Shakur Stevenson don't want that. Shakur Stevenson don't want that. And to be honest, I was one of the ones that didn't think that they would even give him the opportunity to, to fight. And to be honest, probably because Terrence Crawford got this lawsuit against Bob Arum and Top Rank, that's probably why they gave Shakur the fight, to show that, oh well, we don't have this this NBF thing, this no black fighter thing, but that cat is already out the bag. We know y'all got aboard with that NBF thing. And how y'all favor certain fighters. So, if this fight don't take place, could it be because Valdez failed the drug test? Or will they raise the clenbuterol? Or will they raise those levels? Because remember, when his A and B, if I'm not mistaken, it was his A and B samples came back positive in his last title defense. Came back positive for PEDs. And anybody know you test positive for PEDs, that jeopardizes the fight. So what was it that was done that still allowed him to fight, knowing that PEDs was in, that they found PEDs in his blood and urine and his A and B samples? Raise the levels. That's all. So that way now it's in there. But he's right underneath, so that don't count. And now remember what Victor Conte said. Remember what he said what a fighter can do. You know what I mean? He said that he said if testing starts on a known date, he said then the boxer could use for 6 months, then taper off and test clean for an 8-week camp. And they said that it'll still be a huge benefit because their body is still going to be performing off of the PEDs. And once again, like I said, listen, to the untrained eye, yeah, it looks like he gave a great performance against Miguel Berchelt. In that first glance, yeah, I would have said the same thing. But when he got caught with the PEDs, and then people still want to try to, push that to the side, or like, oh man, like, man, he ain't gonna be on that stuff when he fights Shakur. Yeah, right. Before I even started making YouTube videos about boxing, I told people that Margarito was cheating. Nobody believed it. Nobody believed it. And look at what happened. My friend and brother, may he rest well, Nazeem Richardson, caught him on the night he fought Shane Mosley. And they repeatedly tried to wrap his hands with that stuff. And then all of a sudden, when he got caught and then they started checking for that stuff, the power of Margarito was gone. And if he would have never gotten caught for cheating, guess what? People would still be talking about, nah, Margarito was a beast. He was this, he was that. Nobody don't know how long he was wrapping his hands with that stuff before he got caught. Now you got to assume that he was cheating in all his fights. Oscar Valdez is 31 years old. Shakur Stevenson is 24 years old. Who would appear to need the edge more? Shakur Stevenson or Oscar Valdez? And like I said before, those who don't like it, I don't give a damn. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. I'm saying it and I'm standing on it. When Valdez fought Miguel Burchett, he was on PEDs. He was on them. He was on them. And maybe he might start juicing for the Shakur Stevenson fight, and like Victor Conte say, just stop, at a certain point, and then still be able to test clean for an 8-week camp. 8 weeks, that's 2 months, 2 whole months, and still have the benefit on fight night. But see, that's not gonna matter because Shakur Stevenson is way too gifted. And not only that, he's a way smarter fighter than Burchett, and he's way smarter than Valdez. And those who think different, y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see it on fight night. Because even if Valdez get caught with PEDs, they just gonna do what they did in the last fight. They gonna make this fight happen. But on the night of April 30th, Shakur Stevenson is gonna be a unified champion. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. So, y'all already know. I want to know what y'all think. Drop the comments in the comments section below. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he was on PEDs when he fought Burchett? Based on, this information that I gave y'all? And all this information that I gave y'all is all official. And those who don't agree with it, do your research. Do your research. Look up Victor Conte. Read about the whole Balco thing. This man was a performance-enhancing drug genius. He was. He could tell you everything about all different types of performance-enhancing drugs. And those of y'all, again, who don't like it, y'all know Valdez was caught. Y'all know he was caught. And if y'all didn't know it, then go look up the article and read. There's plenty of articles out there. Mike Coppinger did them. Dan Rayfield, a lot of people did them articles about when he got caught with the PEDs, because when he got caught, everybody thought, they said, fight is blown, it's off. And then Andre Ward and other fighters, went to social media and was like, are you serious? They still gonna let this guy fight? He could potentially, damage another man permanently or kill somebody. And I remember Andre Ward went on Twitter. He said, damn, this is what it's come to now. Wow. Like, y'all letting fight, y'all picking and choosing and letting certain fighters get away with this cheating stuff. And I remember having a conversation with Derek Bosey Ennis, the father and trainer of Jerron Boots Ennis. And I remember him saying to me, he said, the only thing that I hate about this boxing stuff, he said, is that cheating shit. Like, why do people feel like they gotta cheat? Because I'm telling y'all, Shakur Stevenson is gonna walk this guy down. When Shakur Stevenson beat Jamel Herring, first of all, when he beat Toka Khan Cleary, when he beat Joet Gonzalez, people criticized him. When he beat Toka Khan Cleary, oh yeah, well, he beat that guy, he did blah 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 blah, still criticizing him. Then when he fought Jeremiah Nakathila, they criticized him about that. You know what I'm saying? Clown ass Timothy Bradley, talked real bad about him. Real bad about him. And then when he pitched a shutout, put on a beautiful performance against Jamel Herring, now all of a sudden y'all try to discredit Jamel Herring by saying, Jamel Herring is all right, but he ain't really, he ain't really nobody. Who is Jose Ramirez? Who was that? Who was Matias Rueda? No disrespect to them, but I'm just saying. Really? Y'all criticize Shakur Stevenson for that, but y'all praise Oscar Valdez for beating those guys. And if you look at his resume, okay, yeah, he 30-0 with 23 knockouts. But who did he fight? And I'm not saying like who did he fight to say like, the fighters, that he fought, because, it takes heart from any fighter to step in that ring as a pro. You a pro, it take, but I'm just saying, are they known? I mean, come on. Don't make it seem like he had this long, like I said, the biggest name is Burchell. That's the biggest name on his resume. Yeah, I know you're gonna say, well, Jamel Herring ain't really got no name. Jeremiah Nakafila ain't nobody. He was a cop. Toka Khan Cleary, he washed up. Joette Gonzalez wasn't no real challenge. Man, y'all, it's sad that people gonna look for reasons to, to discredit, this kid, man. Shakur Stevenson turned pro in 2017. 2 years later, he won a vacant title, and people criticized him for it. But this guy turned pro when he was 21 years old and won a vacant title, and people talking about he on his way to greatness. But he's going to get a great ass whooping on April 30th. Now, listen, let's not misconstrue or twist this up. I don't take nothing away from Oscar Valdez. I don't. But I don't like that cheating stuff either. I don't give credit for cheating. You don't get no points for that. You don't. You might as well try to put brass knuckles in your gloves or something like that or whatever. Like anything to give you the edge. Come on, man. Work hard. Shakur Stevenson works hard. Dare one of y'all try to say, well, he not on no PEDs. Come on, stop it. Stop it. This kid is as clean as they come. Cut it out. Stop it. He don't have to do it. That's how special, how skilled, and how gifted he is. He don't have to do that. And again, like I said, for those of y'all who who don't agree with me, go back and look at the fight with Valdez and Burchett, and just look at in between the rounds. Watch the fight. And look at how when he punched himself out and he doing a lot of grabbing and holding Burchett, walking him down and all that in between the rounds, there's no breathing hard. He's not breathing hard. And once again, what does phenamine do? It's a central nervous system stimulant. It accelerates your heart, making it easier for you to breathe. Drop the comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. We're going to be back at this again, but let me know what y'all think about Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez in the super featherweight, junior lightweight, unification, WBO, WBC title match. Drop the comments and let me know what y'all think.